Okay, so I'm going to be showing you how to do the slip knot. Keep in mind that everybody has their own way of doing slip knots. This is just the way that I learned and the way I prefer to continue doing my slip knots whenever I'm going to start a project. So what you're going to need is, of course, yarn, which I recommended using a bulky weight yarn as your beginner yarn to use, and also a bigger crochet hook. That, again, this is the 8mm hook that I'm going to be using to demonstrate all these tutorials. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Now I want you to locate where the beginning of your yarn starts. Okay, and once you locate that, you're going to have your tail end, which is the end piece of the yarn, and you want to get about maybe 10 to 12 inches of your yarn, and the rest of the yarn here on the other side is going to be your working yarn, and that's the yarn that's connected to the ball. Okay, now let's go ahead and get started. I take my 2 fingers here, and what I do is I take my working yarn, which is connected to the ball, and I wrap it around my fingers and create an X like so. Then what I go ahead and do is I put my hook underneath the bottom piece of yarn, and I just hook the top yarn over, and I take my 2 fingers out, and I've just created the slip knot on my chain, or on my hook rather. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that again. What I do is I take my 2 fingers, I wrap my working yarn around and create an X on my 2 fingers. Then I take my hook, put it underneath the first, or the bottom rather, the bottom yarn, and I pull the top yarn through, and I just turn my fingers upside down and pull the yarn on the hook, and that is the slip knot. Okay, again, this is just a demonstration of the way that I do it. If you find an easier method, you can go ahead and go with that method. This is just the one that I learned, so I go with this one. Just one more time. My 2 fingers, I wrap the yarn around, make an X at the top. I take my hook, I put it underneath the bottom yarn, and I just hook the top yarn and just flip, remove my 2 fingers, and just pull the yarn tight, and there you go. There's my slip knot. I hope you guys found this helpful. I'll see you in the next video, and we'll learn how to do the chain. Bye.